The single best bit of DM advice I can give any budding DM or any experienced DM that's looking to change things up is to simply shut up. I appreciate the irony of this. Somebody on YouTube who clearly talks too much telling someone else to shut up is clearly ridiculous. But I'm not DMing for you at the moment, I think. Probably. Statistically speaking, I don't think you're using this video as a DM. So, my name is Jason, this is my channel, and I talk about D&D and TTRPGs and advice and homebrew and interviews and stuff, so why not throw some tips in there too. Just shutting up isn't helpful advice on its own, so allow me to elaborate. I start every single one of my D&D sessions with a recap of what happened last session, and then I shut up. There is, without fail, always a couple of moments of awkward silence while the players figure out who's going to talk first, what they're doing, that kind of thing. But the moment one of the players says something, in character or out of character, the rest of the players and player characters all join in, and then they very quickly evolve into RPing conversationally as their characters, pushing on both the character development and the story itself more often than not. You do not have to do this a lot of the time as a DM. Now, obviously, there are groups that this isn't going to work with. If your group is not comfortable RPing that much, then this isn't great advice for you, and I am sorry about that. But if your group likes to RP at all, you can probably just do this kind of thing. You can just drop the information you need to drop, and then you can shut up. I am in no way stating or suggesting that your NPCs shouldn't talk. They should. You're trying to create an immersive world in which everything feels genuinely alive, and that's hard to do, especially if you're not going to talk as your NPCs. Both of my games, I run 2 a week, one in Faerun, one in a homebrewed world. There's some crossover in the players there, because my group is very into D&D. We all have a problem, and we are not suffering because of it. So, but with each game, the Faerun one being a bit more serious, and the pirate one in the homebrew world being frankly preposterous, this advice still stands. All I need to do, say the bare minimum I need to say, and then just shut up. There are moments in which my NPCs need to talk to deliver crucial lore information, maybe suggest something the players might have forgotten in character or out of character, or because it's funny. Sometimes you've got a weird NPC who is just strange and the players like them, and it's completely okay to talk as them. But the important thing is that you're not the person that's talking the most, generally speaking, if you're the DM. I don't think that's the right way to DM. If you DM like that and your group is happy about it, that's absolutely fine. I'm not decrying you, nor do I think you should be chased out of town with torches and pitchforks. That's preposterous. But my view of things as a DM is that I should facilitate the story, not be the story, and nor do I want to be the focus of anything at any point. I am effectively playing as a game engine, and as the NPCs and everything else in that game engine. I'm doing the most, almost definitely. I'm doing the prep, I'm doing the combat design, I'm controlling the combat design, I'm figuring out what reactions characters should have to the players, I'm figuring out what the consequences to their actions are. I'm doing a lot of work. I need time to not talk to find a focus on all of that, because there's a lot to do. And so, shutting up benefits me as well. I can spend the time I'm not talking doing all of the other stuff I need to do, like fixing a combat encounter I've realized is completely borked because I didn't account for one of the magic items I've just given my players. I'll do a video on how I'm way too generous at some point, but it lets the players discover their characters more, and it lets the player characters feel more alive, and that helps the players feel more attached to them and to each other, and I think that's really important. Almost without fail, the sessions in which I have said the least are the ones where my players come back to me and tell me what a great session it was. There is obviously a joke in there about how if I'm saying the least and the sessions are the best, then that's a problem with my DMing style, and you're welcome to make it, but I have already made it. I've already suggested it. It's weak now. You can't do it. It's not going to be fun for anyone. But I think it's because my group, and I think a lot of groups, really just want to enjoy the roleplay and being the character that they've chosen to design. The combat's a part of that, obviously, and even with the sessions in combat, talking during combat, making sure that there are descriptive moments and things like that, that's all really important. But you want your players to feel like they're doing cool stuff, generally speaking, and a big part of that is just not talking too much. So yeah. That's my first bit of DMing advice, I guess, officially, at least on a Saturday. So next week I'll talk about how I give away too many magic items, and I think you should do the same. Until then, take care, like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.